afternoon. You are watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Parmeshwar Bava. The big story we're currently tracking, the suspense over the Karnataka Chief Minister's post after the Congress's victory in the assembly elections. It enters the fourth day. The suspense continues, but as per our sources, the Congress party is closing in on naming Siddaramaiah for the role because he has the support of most MLAs, and the task now is to bring DK Shivakumar on board. This is what our sources are informing us. But for the latest, let's go across to my colleague Sunil Prabhu, who joins us live from 10 Janpath Road at the moment, Sonia Gandhi's residence. Sunil, now sources say the Congress is likely to pick Siddaramaiah as the Karnataka Chief Minister?
That's right. See, the overwhelming majority is clearly in favor of Mr. Siddaramaiah in terms of the numbers of that secret ballot. It's not that Mr. DK Shivakumar does not have the numbers. He does have a substantial amount of MLAs also with him. And that's the reason why now the decision has been more or less taken. But they have to be able to get Mr. DK Shivakumar to come around to accept the reality and find a way to have a power sharing agreement so as to be able to see that things go forward. So it's in that backdrop that they're still working on those contours and backroom parleys are continuing and hopefully in the next few hours they will be able to broker some kind of agreement between Mr. Siddaramaiah and Mr. DK Shivakumar. But at this present juncture, as you were correctly pointing out, an overwhelming majority of the MLAs in that secret ballot I have been in support of Mr. Siddaramaiah, making that task difficult because, as you are well aware, Mr. DK Shivakumar is the KPCC president, the state president. He's built the party and helped it to get this massive mandate. And as we speak, Rahul Gandhi is meeting Mr. Siddaramaiah. And then, of course, once Mr. Siddaramaiah leaves, the message will be given to Mr. DK Shivakumar to also call on Mr. Rahul Gandhi. And then we'll have to wait and see how things play out. And of course, as I said, the final decision will be done in Bangalore, where the CLP meeting will be called and unanimously the new leader will be elected. And they will then go to the Siddaramaiah Singh Gilot to stake their claim, who is the present Karnataka governor, before, of course, the formalities for the swearing-in will take place.
Right, Sunil. But in the meeting with Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, DK Shivakumar had indicated that he's not going to back down in the standoff with Siddaramaiah.
That's right. He still believes and he's not giving up without a fight. He still is quite firm that he would like to be the chief minister and he's made no bones about it. And I think that's the stumbling block. That's the challenge for the Congress party. How are they going to be able to placate them? And that's the reason for why it has taken some time in terms of going forward in this entire crisis.
Right. Also, DK Shivakumar had stressed that he will not stage a rebellion even if he's deprived of the top post. But do you think that mood will change?
Well, you know, you must read between the lines. He said, and what did he say? He said, I'm not going to do I'm not a rebel, I'm not a blackmailer. This is, he's trying to underscore the point that this is exactly Mr. Siddaramaiah's politics. This is what he has done. And that is his messaging to the Congress High Command that please be rest assured, I have been with the party, I'm a loyalist, I will continue to be with the party, but he definitely wants his pound of flesh at this present juncture, and that he's not giving up his stake for the claim of the topmost post.
Right, Sunil, also if we just talk about Siddaramaiah and his political career, while we established that he has the firm backing of the senior Congress MLAs currently, he has the experience of completing a term as chief minister as well. But he has alienated the party's old guard, some would say, and he's also considered authoritarian by his opponents. Would you agree with this? Does Karnataka agree with this? In terms of the popular vote, is Siddaramaiah preferred over DK Shivakumar for Karnataka at the moment?
That is definitely there. There's an overwhelming support, and he has definitely been a one of the top campaigners for the party. So it's definitely something that has to be taken into account. In fact, we can just give you some visuals of him leaving now Mr. Rahul Gandhi's residence where he's staying here in 10 Janpath. Of course, a huge amount of media continuing to, surround him, but he's unlikely to speak because he's been told specifically not to talk. He is, as you rightly asked, he is a master administrator. He's a person who has had a huge, a lot of, what's it called, a great amount of ability in terms of administration. He's been the finance minister, he's been the home minister, he's also been the chief minister. These are visuals of him finally leaving, but you can definitely make out that he is somebody who is going to, become the chief minister. He's not actually originally from the Congress. He's from the Janata Dal Secular. He belongs to the Kurba community. But as I've been pointing out, he is definitely somebody who is very, very significant in terms of Karnataka politics. He's had a sway and he will have to deliver those promises that have been made, those guarantees, and then of course deliver the 2024 elections. The big problem for the Congress party is the Vokiligas, which have backed DK Shivakumar this time and helped decimate the Janata Dal in its closed pockets. They will definitely feel upset, and they'll say it will give an occasion for the Janata Dal to tell the Vokiliga community that I told you so, that Mr. DK Shivakumar will not become the chief minister. Whether those votes will come back in 2024 is something that the Congress High Command will have to take into account. But definitely one of the most experienced administrators, and has been, and he has this basically on his fingertips. Whereas, of course, Mr. DK Shivakumar is a little bit of a different nature. He's been through the tough and rough as a youth leader in the Congress party. And emerged over the years with his businesses and the money bags that he has to continue to help the Congress party through its very, very trying times. And that's why he's seeking his reward this time.
Right. Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar, two names that are part and parcel of the Congress in Karnataka. The question now is, which one of them will be the next chief minister? As my colleague Sunil Prabhu is reporting, Mr. Siddaramaiah has now left 10 Janpath Road. The Congress is likely to pick him as the Karnataka chief minister, as per details shared by our sources, though we do not have a confirmation on that yet. Sunil is live with us from 10 Janpath Road at the moment. Sunil, you mentioned the final decision will be announced in Bengaluru.
Bangalore, and it's clearly in that backdrop that the CLP meeting will be held there. The basically contours of the cabinet, the various discussions that have to take place will be here in Delhi, but the observers will be informed by the Congress High Command, and then they will organize the entire proceedings to be held in Bangalore at the Congress Legislative Party meeting, where they will then decide and make a unanimous decision. Get Mr. DK Shivakumar to relent. So that's been something that has been a cause of concern for the Congress leadership. But in that secret ballot, as we've been saying, an overwhelming majority in favor of Mr. Siddaramaiah. It's not that Mr. DK Shivakumar does not have he also has a substantial amount of MLAs with him. And that's the reason why they're trying to see how they can share power, some kind of agreement that can be reached so as to give a stable and fulfill the promises that they have made to the people of Karnataka, as well as, of course, ensure that the Congress can be and make up from that just one Lok Sabha seat and get a substantial more in the 2024 Lok Sabha polls.
Right. Also, Sunil, DK Shivakumar, as you have been reporting extensively as well, has actually been the Congress's go-to troubleshooter for years now. His prominence rose back in 2019 when he actually tried to salvage the Congress-JDS coalition government. Do you think he's going to be calm if Siddaramaiah gets a top post, or are we expecting him to be slightly riled up?
He will definitely be riled up. He's given his best. Anybody who's worked day and night for this will definitely feel upset at this decision. So it's definitely something that he will be keen on becoming at this stage. So any more.
Because he's also going to make that visit to Rahul Gandhi's residence at 10 Janpath, but he will definitely is not ready to give up to the fight. That's what we've been told. That's what he's been consistently saying. He's been making all the correct noises, and that's the reason how he's saying these points out very categorically in terms of how he wants to go forward.
Right. Sunil, you briefly touched upon this, but you said the extremely wealthy DK Shivakumar, as he's popularly known, he's actually faced a fair share of controversies too. He's still facing several serious charges of corruption. He's also briefly been in Tihar jail as well, right?
That's right. So that is in the backdrop of course, the famous Rajya Sabha election where Mr. Ahmed Patel had to, take his MLAs from fly them to Bangalore, where he put them up in his friends' resorts. There were ED cases, there were CBI investigation. There's been a disproportionate asset. They have not left him at peace at all in the last 5 to 6 years. So it's been a very, very tough battle for Mr. Shivakumar. He's had to be in jail. As you are well aware, during the campaign also, the Enforcement Directorate had asked him had summoned him. Today, of course, most opposition leaders have this some ED charge or a CBI case, so it's not new. It's now become a fashion. It's become something that we have seen as a new norm, especially if you're in the opposition party. While that image might have taken a beating, he is definitely been somebody, as you rightly pointed out, a go-to man at a time of a crisis, and he has never ever left the party down during that period.
Right, Sunil, do stay on with us. We've also got our colleague Srija joining us over the phone line. Srija, the Karnataka tug of war has reached Delhi. The suspense continues, but we're hearing from our sources, and as Sunil has been reporting, that Siddaramaiah is likely to be the lucky man today.
Well, that's right. In fact, from the day of the secret ballot, the sources within the Congress did, of course, go on to confirm, saying that the maximum number of supporters are on the side of Mr. Siddaramaiah. But however, as far as DK is concerned, though DK is aware that he clearly did not have numbers, he did wanted to put out very confidently, saying that he did have numbers. He wanted to just put up a strong fight against Mr. Siddaramaiah. Now, if you're talking about Siddaramaiah, he has been an able administrator. He has also been a chief minister once before. This was in 2013. But, there are slightly other things which are going against him, because in the 2018 elections, which was under the leadership of Mr. Siddaramaiah, when the state was going to elections in 2018, he could not deliver, but instead, of course, the Congress did not get good numbers. It was something between 70 and 75, but eventually it led to a coalition, and we went on to see how the coalition government between the JDS and the Congress collapsed, bringing the BJP to power. It was at that point in time where we understand that Mr. DK Shivakumar was appointed. This was in 2020 to ensure the party is strengthened. Mr. DK Shivakumar was appointed as the KPCC president, and under the collective leadership of Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar, the state went to elections in 2023, which saw a sweeping victory of nearly 136 seats. But again, the bone of contention here is who will get the chief ministerial post. We see that Mr. Siddaramaiah has an edge over DK Shivakumar, because he has, if you're looking at Siddaramaiah as an individual, he has served in various capacities, from finance minister when he was in Janata Dal back in 1994 to becoming even deputy chief minister during J.H. Patel's regime. And then we went on to see he was once again under the leadership of Dharam Singh back in 2004. Siddaramaiah was again made the deputy chief minister, and eventually, as far as we're looking at the number of times times that he had contested also, we've seen it's been a little over Mr. DK Shivakumar as well. So he has been a chief minister of the state. He has been an able administrator. But as far as Mr. DK Shivakumar is concerned, we see that basically DK Shivakumar has been a taskmaster and also has always been the go-to person for the Congress.
Right, Srija, thank you so much for joining us with that update. Sunil is also with us currently live at 10 Janpath. Sunil, is it fair to rule out at the moment that a power-sharing arrangement between Siddaramaiah and Shivakumar is going to be worked out, or is it too early to say? There was also a plan of one chief minister and one deputy chief minister. What are you hearing currently? Right, we seem to have lost that line with Sunil Prabhu, but the news we're tracking at the moment, our big focus, the Congress party is likely to pick Siddaramaiah for the Karnataka chief minister post. He says he has an overwhelming majority in favour of him. The High Command, though, has to pacify DK Shivakumar, who has been working extremely hard throughout this assembly election that wrapped up over the weekend. This is the big story we're tracking at the moment. The Congress is likely to pick Siddaramaiah for the post of Karnataka chief minister. He's just met Rahul Gandhi. He's left 10 Janpath Road. But so far, DK Shivakumar, he refuses to back down. And there has been no truce ruled out as far as this tussle is concerned. The suspense, though, still continues. My colleague Sunil Prabhu is with us at the moment. He joins us live from 10 Janpath Road. Sunil, is it fair to rule out a power-sharing arrangement between Siddaramaiah and Shivakumar? Or is it too early to say right now? You had mentioned earlier that there was one plan of one chief minister and one deputy chief minister. What are you hearing currently?
So that's the plan. There will be a chief minister, there will be a deputy chief minister, and allow Mr. DK Shivakumar to continue as the PCC president. But that's something that Mr. DK Shivakumar has to agree. We have not yet heard whether he has relented because his team has made it very clear that he is not ready to give up at this stage. And even though there is an overwhelming majority, the High Command, as I said, has taken a decision. The big question is, how do you go forward? The overwhelming majority in favor of Mr. Siddaramaiah is all set to be named the Chief Minister. What is holding back is the fact that Mr. DK Shivakumar, who is in all likelihood to be the Deputy Chief Minister and continue as the PCC President, whether this is acceptable to him or not. That's the big crisis for the Congress party and how they take this forward. This is something that we'll have to wait and watch. But at this present juncture, they are hoping that they'll be able to work on Mr. DK Shivakumar. The decision at the High Command level is more or less done. It's a question of how you will be able to take it forward. As I said, the big stumbling block or the big hurdle for that announcement is that Mr. DK Shivakumar has to come to terms with the decision.
Right. Sunil, earlier also you touched upon some of the positives and the cons as far as Siddaramaiah is concerned. Now, while we know he's considered a very popular mass leader of the party there, he has influence in all regions and across political parties in Karnataka. He's even completed a full term as chief minister before. But if we talk about the cons, the negatives include him alienating the Congress's old guard. He's also considered authoritarian by his opponents, I beg your pardon. Also, many say that his influence of Delhi and the High Command will actually be limited on Siddaramaiah. Is that something that Karnataka resonates with?
Well, there are not only this, but a whole other multiple points. You must understand that Mr. Siddaramaiah does not belong to the Congress bastion. He's new to it. He came from the Janata Dal. He was with Mr. Devagowda's party for the longest possible time. Because they had differences and that he shifted to the Congress. He's comes from the Kurba, which is basically the Yadav equivalent in North India, or basically the shepherd class, which has a large base of approximately 70 to 75 seats, if not more. And that's the kind of support he's been able to get from his MLAs. He's definitely seen as a mass leader. But when it comes to trying times, and no less than you can see the former minister tweeting, saying that when he was the chairman of the manifesto coordination committee in a coalition government, most of his loyalists quit the party at that stage. to join the BJP, and really he had put up his hands at that stage. He was keen to become CLP. He has had his run-ins with the High Command, threatening to leave, not to contest, and a whole host of other issues. So there is definitely that loyalty factor which is not so great in the tick box for Mr. Siddaramaiah. But as I said, for a person from me who comes from the state, he's a great administrator. He knows how to run a state, and that's his big plus point, and will be seen critical given the fact that you need to spend close to 51,000 crores of rupees if you have to fulfill those promises of free bus for women across the state, giving them 2,000 rupees, and then the undergraduate allowance and the graduate allowance, and those various stipends that have been promised. And then, of course, every woman being given 2,000 rupees. So it's going to be a huge factor. Karnataka relatively has a decent economy, and unlike any other state, other of the southern states, if you compare it in the context of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, Karnataka has had a very good financial management, and that's going to be one of the biggest key points that we will have to wait and watch and see in the next few months how they're able to play it out. And as I said, of course, the critical aspect for the Congress party, both for Mr. Kharge, be it Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi, as well as the Congress leadership, is who will be able to deliver and help the Congress party really get back from its having just one Lok Sabha seat to a substantially higher, if you have to go by the mandate of the people that have been given a huge vote base in the Lok Sabha polls in 2024.
In the meeting with Mr. Kharge, Mr. Shivakumar had indicated that he would not back down in the standoff with Siddaramaiah. But for the High Command, as per our sources, this decision is almost final. It's about the announcement as per the details shared by Sunil Prabhu. In the CM race, there was DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah, but it seemed that Siddaramaiah has the backing of more MLAs at the moment. And the Congress High Command, after... Right, I beg your pardon, I'm being cut short as I'm told that Siddaramaiah has reached the hotel. He has wrapped up that meeting at 10 Janpath Road at Sonia Gandhi's residence. We still don't have a final confirmation from the Congress High Command on who the lucky man is going to be to take the Chief Minister's post as far as Karnataka is concerned. The High Command, they have to now pacify DK Shivakumar if they happen to give the post to Siddaramaiah, which is what our sources are informing us at the moment. So we will have clarity. Hopefully the suspense over the Karnataka Chief Minister's post will end today. Right. Sunil Prabhu is with us at the moment. Sunil, now things are seeming a bit clearer. Do we know if we'll have any clarity by this evening?
See, I think the clarity is clear, what we have been reflecting. The only clarity, and as I said, the stumbling block is Mr. DK Shivakumar. And he has to relent and, accept that decision. So there are various backroom parleys that are taking place to assure him to find a way forward, to try to, make him understand that ultimately this is a Congress victory. He is also part of it. He's been responsible and not to insist on the chief ministership. So that's the only stumbling block. As I said, the CLP meeting will be held in Bangalore and then the final decision of the CLP meeting and then taking it forward will be something that will have to be done.
Srija as well is with us at the moment. She joins us live. Srija, Siddaramaiah is expected to be the lucky man to get the Chief Minister's post for Karnataka. As Sunil was mentioning, he's fairly new to the Congress bastion. He was with Deve Gowda's party for the longest time. But as we speak right now, is it fair to rule out a power sharing arrangement between Siddaramaiah and Shivakumar, or is it too early to say?
Well, it's very early to talk about that because everything is based or the information is just from the sources, because until and unless you have the party high command coming out and informing or announcing, making that statement saying that this is what they have planned, that Siddaramaiah will be the chief minister or
right,
whatever.
Srija, I beg your pardon. I sincerely apologize. I'm having to interrupt you because DK Shivakumar has reached 10 Janpath Road where Sunil Prabhu is currently. Let's go across to Sunil Prabhu live at the moment. Sunil, what details can you share with us at the moment? DK Shivakumar has touched down at 10 Janpath Road.
So you're seeing visuals of Mr. Shivakumar. Yeah, you're seeing visuals of Mr. DK Shivakumar now entering 10 Janpath. He's, coming to call on Rahul Gandhi, where he will be told the High Command's decision. And this is something now that is a very critical and very important meeting at this present juncture. It is something that we'll have to wait and watch and see how it plays out. But this is a crucial meeting for the Congress High Command, where he will have to convey to Rahul Gandhi, will have to explain to him the decision that has been taken and how they can take things forward. So it's in this context that this important meeting is taking place. You can probably see visuals of him now coming out, and he's taking a bouquet to greet Rahul Gandhi. But at this stage, he has made it quite clear that he is not ready to give up that post. So that's something that is taking place. His close associate is with him, and this is the decision that Mr. Siddaramaiah, who has got an overwhelming majority, would like to be the chief minister. Whether that proposal of Mr. DK Shivakumar becoming the deputy chief minister and continuing with the PCC chief and his close associates getting a majority in terms of in the power sharing, critical ministries, as well as ensuring that he be able to run the party and lead the party in the 2024 Lok Sabha polls. He's made no bones about the fact that he would like to be the chief minister. But he is definitely determined not to give up without a fight.
Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV. I'm Gargi Rawat, and the big breaking news right now, Siddaramaiah is set to be the next Chief Minister of Karnataka. That's what seems likely after another series of meetings were held today. He met with Rahul Gandhi, and NDTV has learned that most likely it is going to be Siddaramaiah. Rahul Gandhi also meeting with DK Shivakumar, and certain formulas have been worked out to offer him a position. Well, let's go across to Sunil Prabhu for all the latest. So Sunil, it's the second day of meetings here in Delhi, and it seems likely now that Siddaramaiah will be the Chief Minister. When can we expect that announcement?
Only when DK Shivakumar actually accepts it. That's the big stumbling block. So, he has to relent. He has to agree. He's not giving up yet. He's still determined that he wants the top job. So much of that answer can be, I can only answer that when Mr. DK Shivakumar agrees to that proposal of being the Deputy Chief Minister and continuing as the PCC President. And that's really the critical phase that we have, the Congress Party is at this present juncture.
Right, Sunil, so that meeting with Rahul Gandhi is still taking place. Yesterday, both the leaders met with the Congress President, Mallikarjun Kharge, but today called in to meet with Rahul Gandhi.
That's right. Mr. Siddaramaiah finished his meeting, and now Mr. DK Shivakumar is at present having a discussion with Rahul Gandhi on these, various options that have been given to him. As we have been saying, he's not giving up without a fight, even though the numbers, overwhelming majority, is in favor of Mr. Siddaramaiah. He still believes, and there is, of course, a substantial amount of MLAs backing Mr. DK Shivakumar, but he's quite clear that he would like a decision to be taken in the interest of the party. He's been somebody who helped, and he's been an architect for the party in terms of being the PCC president, and it's in that context that he still feels that he should be given the job as PCC president. Having said that, Mr. Siddaramaiah is a known administrator. He's been the chief minister he doesn't come from the Congress bastion in the sense like DK Shivakumar. He's come from the Janata Dal. He belongs to the Kurba community, which is equivalent to the Yadavs in North India, basically shepherd class of the region, and has a long base across the state of Karnataka. So he's also been a mass leader, and it's in that backdrop that he has been able to get a majority of those MLAs to support him. So we'll have to wait and see how things play out. But it's a critical meeting at the present. Mr. DK Shivakumar having with Mr. Rahul Gandhi. He's relied extensively on his loyalty to see that he should be rewarded at this present juncture.
That's right. And Sunil, just to tell our viewers, we always knew this was going to be an issue for the Congress because both the leaders in interviews to NDTV even before the elections had made it very clear that they wanted the top job. And they said that, of course, who doesn't want to be chief minister, and, that they want that. Those ambitions were very clear should the Congress have won the election, and it went and won quite emphatically. So this issue was always something that was known.
Absolutely, Gargi. It was absolutely known, and that's the reason why the Congress party, worked on that campaign, the social media campaign. DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah together, walking together, running together, the Bharat Jodo Yatra's visuals, hand in hand. Even in the run-up to the campaign, the day before campaigning, going to the temple together. And all those conversations, because they knew it is critical to show a united face. And as you rightly pointed out, both have made their aspirations clear. Both haven't really, accepted each other in terms of leadership. There's been a lot of misgiving about each other. And this time around, Mr. DK Shivakumar feels at the age of 61, he should be given a charge, because he's been the PCC president for the last 3 years, when the party had been actually decimated after Operation Kamal, and 17 of the MLAs leaving to join the BJP, and the rest, of course, is history. So it's in that backdrop, building the rank and file of the party. Mr. Siddaramaiah, and if you see that interview that he gave to us, Mr. DK Shivakumar saying that I'm not a rebel, I don't blackmail. The underlining tone was, I'm not a Siddaramaiah. So that's the message that he's sending loud and clear. Ultimately, the Congress president will have to take a call on this only if Mr. DK Shivakumar relents at this present juncture. So we'll have to wait and see how things play out. But a critical and important meeting.
All right, we also joined by Sanjal Shastri, independent researcher, someone who was with us the day that, the results came in. V. Raghav also joining us. Sanjal, how do you view this tussle? A lot is being made of, they won the election on Saturday and still no chief minister has been announced. But as I was discussing with Sunil, it was always known there was always this tussle that was going to, be a problem for the Congress once if they did go ahead and win the elections.
I mean, this was always going to be a problem, as both DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah have had a history of friction and tense relations. And also remember that both leaders have had a very important role to play in the victory that the Congress has had. Mr. Shivakumar has been essential in sort of bringing up the party after the challenges it faced a couple of years back. So DK Shivakumar has an important role and an important hand in this victory, and rightfully he does believe that given the work he's put in the last 2-3 years, he is a deserving candidate for the chief minister's post. So I think it's going to be a tough battle or a tough task at hand to convince DK Shivakumar of this power sharing arrangement or whatever arrangement that comes in with Mr. Siddaramaiah as the chief minister. And at a broader level, it's going to be an issue for the Congress party as well, because if you remember, one of the major campaign planks of the Congress was that we will provide a stable government. And given the infighting and problems the BJP had the last 2 times, if the Congress also has a power tussle anywhere like that of Rajasthan, it's going to really undermine the trust the voters have put in them this time around.
Right, V. Raghav, your view on how big of a problem, because now the whole attention and focus is on making Mr. D.K. Shivakumar accept the formula, whatever is being offered to him, deputy chief ministership, various portfolios, and this Karnataka so important for the Congress going forward to 2024, also proving that they can deliver on those 5 promises that they made to the people of the state.
I think the issue is not just restricted to D.K. Shivakumar as well. Remember, there are other aspirants as well, and important communities as well. You got the Lingayat face, which needs to be represented. We need to know how MB Patil or somebody who's senior like that is going to be represented. The Dalit face is needed. Parameshwara, who was Deputy Chief Minister earlier, already raising his hands up saying, I'm a contender for Chief Ministership as well. I think what Sunil, and it's important perhaps if Sunil is still there, to pose this question on if there is a formula that's going to be offered to D.K. Shivakumar. Have they thought of that first? Because if they've decided on this and he's still not relented, what is it that's on the table for him? Those who were close to him, Gargi, from the start, Gargi, those who were close to him had pointed out that he would rather be just an MLA if he's not given chief ministership. He won't join the cabinet. It was considered pressure tactic. Will he go that far? Because that would then send a very clear signal of dissent and unhappiness within the Congress, discomfort for the party at that stage. Is there going to be a rotational power sharing formula? What is it that they're trying to work out? Because remember, the strategy of the Congress will be to get to 2024 next. They need to deliver on the big promises that they made in the manifesto. They need to show a consolidated, united face to 2024. And then once 2024 is over, based on what comes out then, they will look at the strategy further. But for the moment, what is it that's in store for D.K. Shivakumar? And it's not just D.K. Shivakumar. Siddaramaiah in his 2013-18 tenure had alienated several of the senior Congress leaders. They were not seen to have a hold or a grip over him. How much can he be curtailed in this process? How is it going to be in terms of working together? Those will be interesting, and perhaps that's going to take a little bit of further handling. So for the moment, as Sunil is reporting, what we gather is obviously that the High Command seems to be in favor of Siddaramaiah, but it's a question of how they're going to negotiate with D.K. Shivakumar about this. That's sort of a starting point rather than an end to this process, Gargi. And it's, as I pointed out, it's not just to do with D.K. Shivakumar. You can't have 2 leaders from the old Mysore region alone when you have raided into Lingayat territory by Karnataka as well as other parts. You need to have accommodation of all sections and an optics of accommodating all sections as you head into 2024. It's not going to be as easy as we think it is as they manage this situation.
All right. We're also joined by Tehseen Poonawala here, political analyst. And so, Tehseen, a lot is being made of, this sort of problem that the Congress is facing, all these meetings, the fact that while it's clear that Siddaramaiah has the numbers, more of the MLAs supporting him, still the Congress is not being able to, have not been able to announce the chief minister just yet. And it's, once again, many point, and the BJP is also, watching this and making comments about how it's taking so long for the chief ministership to be announced.
Now, BJP can make comments and
though they've taken their own time in the past, but yes, I'm just talking about right now. A lot is being made of this delay in the announcement.
Yeah, they can do what they want. Who takes them seriously? Like the people of Karnataka don't take them seriously. I'm sure even media does not take them seriously. They can keep making noise. Who cares? The fact of the matter is very simple, and this is the fact of the matter. BJP with Himanta Biswa Sharma ji took over 7-8 days. Himanta Biswa Sharma ji was in Delhi campaigning to become chief minister while they had a sitting chief minister Sonowal ji. They took forever with Yogi Adityanath ji as chief minister of Uttar Pradesh in 2017. The Maharashtra cabinet, after they illegally, as the Supreme Court said, toppled the government, took months to appoint ministers, months. Only CM and deputy CM used to have cabinet meetings. So BJP kare to chamatkar, koi aur kare to gunegar. Ye kyun? Please tell BJP to mind its own business. The fact of the matter is, both Siddaramaiah ji and D.K. Shivakumar ji are fabulous leaders. They are one team. Sorry to break the news on NDTV. There is zero differences. Siddaramaiah ji is at the moment in a meeting with Rahul ji. This decision will be taken maximum by tomorrow.
Now it's D.K. Shivakumar who's
and now D.K. is gone. So he's finished. And this decision will be taken maximum by today evening or tomorrow. And in the next few days, the swearing in will be held and the BJP leaders will be invited.
Well, it seems, the way Raghav put it, that it'd be challenging going forward as well to manage.
No challenging. DK and Siddaramaiah ji are one team.
Well, you're speaking as a Congress supporter.
No, I'm speaking as an Indian. What has to... See, I'll tell you what. And very often you guys in the media are very uncharitable to the Gandhis and to the Congress leadership. When you have... And nothing wrong in 2-3 people being claimants for chief minister. It shows that there are a nursery of talent. So then you work out who gets what portfolio, what is in the best interest, who's an expertise, how does the state develop. That takes time. When Maharashtra, chief minister and deputy chief minister didn't have a cabinet for months. For months. CM, deputy CM minister said 2 men in a meeting and decide the cabinet meeting. That is called progress of Maharashtra. Karnataka, when you are allocating the best portfolios to the best people and most capable people, that you are saying is deliberation. Why should they not deliberate? Karnataka deserves the best.
Right. I was going to go to Sanjal to just, discuss about Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, holding these meetings, and it was seen as an advantage that he was also from the state, but has it also been a bit of an issue, given, relationship between him and Mr. Siddaramaiah? Now it had to carry on to the next day, and both leaders had to go and meet Rahul Gandhi. And Sanjal, first to you, and then I'll go to V. Raghav with that.
And that's an interesting point, Gargi, because today morning there were some reports in the media that DK Shivakumar has actually played on the old rivalry between Mallikarjun Kharge and Siddaramaiah in sort of convincing him that, in sort of influencing the decision, where he did bring up some of the old rivalries that even Kharge and Siddaramaiah had at one point. Because if you remember, Siddaramaiah was originally with the JDS and then switched over. The other issue is also even if they do come up with a power sharing arrangement, there is significant trust deficit between both Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar. If you go back to 2013, it took almost under Siddaramaiah's cabinet, it took almost 6 months to get DK Shivakumar a portfolio. And it required some pressure, sources have said, from the High Command to then convince Siddaramaiah to accept DK Shivakumar and give him a portfolio in the government. So these are trust issues that there are inherent trust issues between the two leaders, which, Kharge ji probably being from Karnataka may have an advantage, but also it could be sort of being an insider could also be a challenge. So we need to see how that plays out.
Right, V. Raghav?
Look, I just want to put this clearly. I think there are reports running around here saying that a decision has been announced, and I've been getting series of WhatsApp messages in Bangalore. I think it's unfair to say that at this stage. I think what we're reporting very clearly is that the High Command is in favor, but a final decision will be taken only after speaking with DK Shivakumar and once he relents in that process. So it's sort of a ball in motion, a starting point at the moment, saying that overwhelming majority of MLAs seem to be with Mr. Siddaramaiah. Several cabinet ministers also who worked with him in the 2013 to 2018 cabinet have an affinity towards him. And this includes old Congress leaders, like several of the old Congress leaders who are there, some of the Bangalore MLAs as well. May not be right to take names out at this stage, but they have been in support of Siddaramaiah. But whether DK Shivakumar relents and only then will a final decision be made. I think the larger optics, Gargi, that the Congress party wanted to convey this time is that it's not going to be a decision that's imposed on X or Y.
Right.
It's going to be a decision that's going to be taken out of consensus. They didn't want it to be seen as something that's imposed.
Right.
I think there is an important role that DK Shivakumar has played, and he will demand his space and accommodation in this process. And as I pointed out, it's got to work out all around.
Just quickly, Gargi, just very quick point to Mr. Shastri. A lot of respect for him. He's a researcher and all. But don't you think it's a little juvenile that Mr. DK Shivakumar went and complained, 10 years ago this was spoken about you and 12 years. These are very juvenile statements in newspaper.
This is what is coming in the media.
How does media know what? How does media know?
About these from the supporters. I'm very sorry.
Tehseen, it's not 10 years ago. During the Kolar.
But now you say that it's coming out in the media. Can I have my say? I'm glad all of you all have ganged up against me. Just give me 5 seconds.
No,
I've not had my say. I'll just finish my say. It's so unfair. Media came out. Who in the media was sitting in a meeting between DK Shivakumar and...
reporters, hear from their sources and within the party. I'm sorry, Tehseen. We're going to have to come into a break because we have like a breaking news coming up on the other side. We'll slip into a short break and return with more.